Hello you guys. So today we're going to be making a video about the Xbox 360 and how it managed to play all these games up until about 2019. Some of the games that they managed to cover was basically Madden 17. They had FIFA, I believe it was 19. They also had some of the top games were GTA 5, BioShock Infinite, and Far Cry 4. These were some of the heavier titles graphic wise. And I was wondering kind of how did they manage to get all of that out of the specs that they had from 2005. A lot of the components from 2005 weren't all that strong enough. So I was wondering how would they have managed to play those games on those components. So what I did was basically, essentially, I looked up what games I would have been playing. Like I said, GTA 5, Bioshock Infinite, Far Cry 4, 360 also covered down Skyrim. I thought Skyrim would be a little bit more graphic intensive. Back in the day, this is actually the game that blew up my 360, so it literally popped. Um, but basically, what we would be looking at is specs. What would the 360 have needed to cover down that? And a lot of those specs they didn't really meet the recommended. Um, they hardly met the minimum, even for Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Although PC and 360, the components never really it was never really a one to one. So you couldn't match up a 360 processor and be like, all right, well, here's the one that's like exact because there was no exact for that case. The 360 was very strong for its time and managed to play all these games. So we're going to look into it a little bit. Basically, the 360 had came out in November of 2005. So, mind you, a lot of these cards for these games would have been, as far as the minimums, a lot stronger, a lot newer. Here we are. So, looking at Skyrim, we're going to be looking. Um, the minimum requirement for that is an NVIDIA GeForce 7600 DT or and an ATI Radeon X 1800. So we would just want to look at that card. Essentially, that card had came out March 9th, 2006. This is a slightly newer card, being about 4 months, 5 months, 5 months newer. So again, this is one of the things that Xbox 360 still managed to play, but the minimums were showing different. Another game which would have been Oblivion, it's a bit older. You were able to use GPUs from 2003 and 2002. That would be like the minimums. I believe that was the Radeon 9500 and the 57 FX 5700. These are older GPUs, so the 360 could play it. Um, what was pretty impressive about the 360, it had a built-in GPU or an APU, so um, it would have been much harder to play certain games, but they still managed. And what they did was essentially they used um, their engines to the best of their ability, heavily optimizing them, such as CryEngine 3 and ID Tech 5. Um, I mean, so many different strategies they probably use, like locking the FPS, lowering the overall visuals to make it work on the 360. I mean, still, in my opinion, it was very impressive what the 360 managed to do. Another game I was looking at, like it mentioned, was Far Cry 4. It's kind of like, how did the Xbox 360 manage to play this game? I would say I'm gonna stick with the basically like locking frames and um, lowering the overall settings is how they're gonna be able to play it. Um, if I were to make a rig from 2005 and try to lower the settings completely, lower the frame, lock the frames, and I still think it would be very difficult, even for the higher end stuff. I think it would be pretty difficult, but I want to see what you guys think. This is a question for everybody down in the comments. If you guys think you can make a rig from 2005 that would play these games without having to lock the FPS or even locking the FPS and still being able to make it playable. That's what I'd really want to see. But basically, Far Cry 4 minimum requirements would have been, Windows 7, Windows 8. This is all for PC specifically. It would have been an Intel i5 750 and an AMD Phenom 2 X4 955, which came out in 2009. Granted, although this chip did come out in 2009, it would have been much more powerful than the chip on the 360. But the 360 still managed to cover it down and still managed to play it. Another thing, we're going to look at the GPU that it used. This is a dedicated AMD GPU, or they have an NVIDIA version GPU that could have been used for the minimum. We have the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 460, which I actually didn't look up too much. I used to own a few of them. This came out in 2010, a whole 4 years or almost 5 years after the 360 came out. And the 5850, same thing, I believe it came out in 2009. So basically, this was a dedicated card. It should have been and was a lot stronger than the 360, but the 360 still managed to cover down and play all of these games. Just want to take a minute and, little 360 appreciation. But thanks again, guys, for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Put it down in the comments. I will be trying to make a build from 2005, maybe 2006, to play a lot of these 360 games and see if they'll play on the PC at a locked rate or even similar to the 360. I don't think I'll be able to manage something like this, but I'm going to try my best to duplicate that. But thanks again, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was a little bit informational, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Alrighty guys, so I know we're at the end, but I just wanted to throw in a little bloopers. Basically, we're going to be playing through a little Far Cry 4. It was one of those games that came out, like I said, in 2014, and entire, I believe, was it 7 or 8 years after the fact. Actually, almost nearly 9 after the Xbox 360 came out. Excuse my math. I did have a little bit of an issue, and I did notice something. It had us download the entirety of the game. I feel like a lot of these 360 games toward the end of the 360's lifespan were more or less a download, similar to how the Xbox One had did it, where they download the entirety of the game. Pretty interesting, but I got to a point where it said basically login succeeded, and it just didn't log in, and for some reason it didn't freeze, but it just didn't work after that. So what I had to do with Far Cry 4, I had to actually sign out of my Wi-Fi and try to reset it. So I did that, and it logged right in. So there's an issue. They're not going to fix it. They should fix it. There was an update, but they're not going to fix it. So anyways, we're going to see if this is actually going to play on the system. Of course, it's meant for the system, so it will play, but we'll see how it runs, kind of. Because we did have a few issues with Far Cry 3. It looked like Far Cry 3 was kind of not lagging, but there was a lot of screen tears in Far Cry 3. We're gonna go offline because it's the only way at this point. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in this long. If you're still here, thank you, guys. This was just a little extra after the fact that I put together. I figured I'd pick up Far Cry 4 and show you guys how it actually ran on 360. I'm going to be putting out a video for Far Cry 3, which is going to include lossless scaling, so that should be pretty interesting. I wanted to go live, which I might even do a live of it. We're going to see. I might even just tilt this over a little bit. But yeah, we might go live with the lossless scaling video, but it'll be its own thing. And we're gonna try to get rid of some of that VSync frame tearing issue that the 360 had with that specific game. There's a few other games that I could think of that probably had rough screen tearing. One of those being Hitman. Hitman probably would have been a pretty rough one. Let's see how the quality is right here, though.
To the application for a tourist visa for India with further travel to Korat.
So far it looks okay. We're going through the intro, so kind of might skip a little bit just to push through.
I must legally advise you against traveling into Korat. We have no official
I noticed running it directly through OBS, it was very fuzzy here.
To your intent to bring with you the cremated remains of one Ishwari Gale, you'll need
I can't really tell. Some of it looks crisp, some of it looks fuzzy. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I'm using the Elgato utility instead of directly through OBS from the 4K itself, the 4K Elgato. So instead of running it directly through the capture card, I guess it runs it through the cap card into the utility through OBS. Very confusing.
Passport.
But that's what I'm doing to get this capture quality. I haven't played this game in forever. It definitely looks a little better.
पटना बॉस पटना पटना में क्या है परवाह है तो बाद में क्या
I did actually end up picking up Far Cry 3 on the PC. I knew it would probably be so much better looking than the 360 version, but I really wanted to see what the lossless scaling, what it would be capable of. So we're gonna go into that and on my next video. So that's gonna be interesting. A little graphics of these games. What they did, the lighting is usually really good on these games. On the 360, the lighting and like the effects are interesting. What they use to make it look better is like a little more motion blur, more lighting. You know, they're not relying heavily on the graphics itself. They're relying more on the effects, I should say. So it's kind of interesting. Like this, I can barely see his face from afar.
Remember saying,
When he gets closer,
the bus.
you can see it a little better.
Yes, stop the bus. Not shoot.
Now
the
I'm
bus.
using the
I'm very
4K
particular with my
Elgato
words.
4KX, I think it's called.
Stop. Shoot.
So mind you,
Stop.
it is a capture card, so there might be a little bit
Shoot.
of
Do those words
lag in between. I'm not
sound
sure, but
the same?
it's not supposed to have all that much, if not any.
What'd you say?
So we're gonna find that
Out
out.
of control.
Or, I mean, we can't really
Good
find
things
that
get
out,
out of
but we're gonna have to figure out the differences. If you guys see anything strange, or once I get to playing, we're gonna see that it might be, if there is any input lag, we're gonna be able to tell right off the bat. My controller, I'll be able to feel it. Visually, it doesn't look bad, though.
At least there's a silver lining.
A little,
You didn't
little
completely
fuzzy.
fuck it up. Get up, boy.
fuzzy for
Recognize
sure.
those eyes anywhere. I'm so sorry about this. This was supposed to be... Well, not this. We have a party waiting for you, but I don't think I know
I
your
can't
name.
even complain, to be honest.
Who is this? Is this your +1? Strong silent type. I
It's
like it.
crazy. I tried to clean the room today and it's still
I
wrecked.
am terribly embarrassed about all of this. This was supposed to be
I'm gonna...
very simple, but you know, if you
I don't even think I can
give
skip, to
food
be
to
honest.
monkeys, they just throw their shit at each other. You know. Oh, would you hold this? For just a
we
moment,
can't.
I want to get a little picture right into the camera. There we are. Awesome. Don't worry about a thing, my boy. This will soon be behind us, and we'll be off on our grand adventure. Because I have cleared my calendar for you. You and I are gonna tear shit up!
Should I stay or should I go?
Any more of that, I would have had to cut that.
Will you give my congratulations to Ashley on your next visit home? I must say, Paul, your little corner of Kiratu is rather beautiful. I expected more. You know, chains and wailing, but knowing you, somewhere around here is a dark place where the secrets flow like the blood. That wry smile betrays you again, Duploon. Well, go on, take the bloody bag off his head.
Yeah, a
Again,
lot of lighting.
terribly sorry for what happened before. This is more what I had in mind.
Really? Damn.
So, fresh start. Introductions. Ajay Gale, our guest of honor. Paul, our very gracious host. The little monkey, whose name I still don't know.
I think
and
they
of course,
fixed
am Pagan Min.
the screen tears a little bit from the third one.
You really don't remember me, do you? Your mother, she never spoke of me, never mentioned me.
Looks good. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna try loss of scaling with this game, but
Paul, I need
we'll put
cash.
that in the next video if we do.
How much do you
The
need?
third
All
one
of it.
we're definitely gonna do.
Thank you.
We're gonna cover that
Here we
down
go.
because that one needed it. This one
All right. This-
doesn't look like it really needs it all that much. Maybe a brief upscale, but maybe we
That's
don't
you.
even want that.
That's me. Although I'm not so sure anymore. Now, your mother.
Sometimes you
Mother
just
Mother,
upscale something and it's like
she
maybe it was best
understood
not,
me. She knew me in a
upscaled.
way that no one ever
because then you'll see how like low quality the details are.
The last time I saw Ishwar
Like
was
like
years
Tony
ago.
Hawk on the
She told me she loved me.
what is it, the
Women, they can do that.
Xbox
They can tell you they
original.
love you in the moment and mean it.
You
Men,
try
on the
to
other hand,
upscale that, you're gonna get
no, men only really
similar
love
to
you in hindsight.
like cartoon, like basically
Much
just like
distance is built up.
clay figures.
So, when your mother decided to flee
That's
to the
pretty
United States with
disturbing
you
right
on
there.
her hip,
Monkeys just on the table.
I couldn't help but blame myself. Then I realized it's not me. No. It was the fucking Golden Path. Those fucking terrorists, they ruin everything. Like dinner. Did no one ever teach you that it's rude to text at the table? Let's see here. Give me the phone. Really, guys? We're not checking for these anymore? Ah, I'm with Ajay Gale. You'll love this part. Help. A text for help. You don't text for help, you cry for help. So come on, you're gonna cry for help. You're gonna do something, you're gonna do it right. Here we go. Go on. Cry for help. Cry for help.
Help!
Oh, pathetic. No, cry for help. Help! You mean it, boy. Help! From your diaphragm! Help! Shh, 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 shh. Now we listen. Nothing. I'm afraid they're not coming for you, buddy. Oh! Find out what he knows. Terrorists, right? Now, please, stay right here. Enjoy the crab
The frames look a
rangoon.
little slow.
Don't
for
move.
Sure.
I will be right back. Yuma, we need to talk.
Still not bad though, just a little slow. Finally, alright, we're excited. We're finally here. Okay, let's see. Let me know what you guys can see. I mean, I don't see any major tear. I see a little bit up the top, Oh, a little bit of warping. That's interesting. But not as bad as Far Cry 3. The overall quality.
What the fuck?
It's okay. A little dull. A little dull. It's a little dull, and there's definitely a lot of like I said, not what's the word? It's low detail, low graphics, but there's a lot of like features. There's smoke. There's like that blurry effect. There's also that lighting. So there's a lot of effects that they used. You can see if you look really close to this this statue. It looks like, you know, you can't really see the eyes. There's not much detail to that figure. Not that there really has to be, but that's the nice thing about the 360. It doesn't really have to be all that much detail, but they could still make a great game. Let's figure out where we gotta go. So that could be a problem. There's a little freeze there. Okay. Whoa, what'd I miss? Dang. Oh, yep. Either weird lighting or just straight up screen tears.
Now, you know this can get a lot worse, right?
Oh, fuck.
Actually, let's rewind for a bit, because I want to make sure that you know exactly what I want.
You know, we're gonna sneak like we would.
Now, do you know why you are here?
Probably don't even need to.
Your golden path.
Gotta run. Oh,
Ajay Kale.
shit.
My name is Sabal. I'm with the Golden Path. Golden Path? We're
They
friends.
really didn't do
I
too
knew
bad.
your
I mean,
father. We're here to rescue you, son of Mohan.
What about Darpan?
You are
FPS
our
is
priority.
slowed
We
for
need to get you
sure.
out of here safely, no matter the cost.
there's more lighting.
Darpan would understand. Now stay close.
More lighting, effects. There's just more effects in general. Smoke, heavy lighting.
Shit, they know we're here.
Lower details. There's some screen tearing.
Ajay,
but
when these doors
not
open,
enough
I need you to
really,
keep your head down and make a run for the truck. Move
make
as
a big
fast as you
deal
can.
about the Far Cry 3
Understand?
was way worse.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's see how we do in action.
2,
Hopefully we get some action.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Keep your head down.
Yeah, it's blurry for sure. It's blurry.
Get to safety! Go! I cover you!
That was cool.
What the hell?
There's a gun underneath the
Always love the
dashboard.
cars on this
Use
game.
it. Whoa!
Got no aim at all.
Are we safe? Probably not. On your right.
Shit, no accuracy at all.
Shoot! Head!
Fucking hell.
Watch out!
I'm screwed. I don't know how I got that one. Come on.
Right! Hold on!
So yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna call it right here. But as you guys could tell, pretty dope. Details, low quality. All the effects, and pretty insane. It's crazy what they were able to do, and crazy what games they were capable of putting on the 360, even though they were coming out new in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017.
Hello?
Pretty insane. But thanks again for watching, guys. We're going to start my next video. My next video is going to be Far Cry 3 and trying to use lossless scaling. So thanks again, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.